right, so we're back. We're going to talk about this time the video titled "No, That's Not Iced Tea." And the link for that video is going to be right above Chris Robertson's head right now. So if you have not watched that video, please go ahead and do so you know what we're talking about. It is basically Chris Ladas-Drake, our fabulous Chris Ladas-Drake, went before the council and to talk about, you know, her tap water, which is brown like this right here, okay? And she presented 3 bottles of water to the city council and asked them if they were willing to drink it. So, Chris, you know, you came off really well. You were very eloquent. You presented yourself in a great light. And I think that was awesome. And I'm really glad you brought this before the council. I think everybody feels the same way. What did you see from the councilmen's reactions to you? Because obviously we couldn't see that from the video. I mean, it was focused completely on you, so we couldn't see them. What did you see? What were their reactions?
Councilman Trey seemed, you know, interested, curious. Councilman Askew was not there. But I have to tell you, the mayor seemed a lot more disinterested than I thought he was going to.
I agree. From watching it myself in person.
But I like the sigh when he has to read my name. I think that's hysterical. But yeah, he sighed like, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I pay taxes.
Yeah.
Damn me.
I heard him snicker a little bit too when you brought the bottles up and asked him to drink.
But nobody took me up on it.
No.
You know, and if you watch the beginning of the council meeting, you see that the mayor has a bottle of water next to him. You know,
that's obviously not St. Cloud tap water.
Did we see a video in his home of him with bottled water as well somewhere?
Mm-hmm. We did, yeah, we did. And
are you saying he's a hypocrite?
No, I'm just saying that obviously he does drink bottled water in St. Cloud.
Poor liar.
No. How did it feel like going before the council with that and they were bringing in, you know?
Well, I was pretty angry. I mean, I tried to quote that as best as possible.
I think you did a good job.
And then,
I came off way angry when I was.
No, and I already know I have, you know, RBF, so I know already people think I have that face, you know. But I mean, I had certain points that I wanted to hit. I had certain things I wanted them to understand, to humanize the situation, number one, and to number two, to explain, like, this is why I'm angry. You know, I get that you're working on things. I get it. But 3 years of you knowing and then deciding that that's what, like, and it was clear in the memo, it said it had to be replaced. It couldn't be repaired.
Very clear.
Yeah.
So in the interest of skimping money, but we're getting hand over fist from developers, but in the interest of skimping money, they went with the fix. But it clearly tells them that's not an option. So already there you failed us.
Did not say this was even an option at all.
Right. And then that's where you failed us. You failed us when you told us there was nothing in our water, and you know that they knew.
Right.
It also failed us, I feel like, when you say, it's a kick in the face to say, well, we worked so hard. Well, first of all, you didn't do anything for 3 years, and you lied to people. So no, that's not working so hard. The other portion that kind of upsets me is, listen, we get it, you're ice picking, and I understand that, but you shouldn't even have had to get to that point. Number one. Number two, the amount of money that we've spent thus far trying to fix something that should have been an easy fix, we could have, I mean, is it hard to do the right thing, folks? I mean, and like I said, I'm still paying, I mean, even when you're not there, you're still paying $70 a month for water. We're not the cheapest in the
by far the most I know of anybody that I know.
Hands down.
Yeah.
You know,
well, you had a lot of pent up aggression as well because you weren't able to speak, you know, in front of anybody for a while due to your cousin's case.
Yeah. Well, and I tried to be respectful, you know, to my family, and I'm, you know, but it's the sad situation is, you know, to tell me you haven't seen any calls, you haven't seen. Because I did that. I've been there. I've done that. It's exhausting. It's like mentally. It's like banging your head.
Thing over and over again. It's so just tiresome.
And it makes you more angry and more angry and more angry because you're like, wait a minute, you're telling me to do something and I'm not doing it. You know, you're not getting a response back. But I mean, the kicker is, like I said, I went in there with the city water bill and they're telling me I'm on a well. I'm like, what? How are you? You know, like,
yeah.
That's my.
Well, and there hasn't been any short term like options for people either, you know, like a water filter
or bottled water being delivered
even
to your house.
Brita filter. Come to my house and drop off a Brita filter so I can, you know, run
that
my water
fair.
grid. Nothing.
Some kind of good faith effort, something that
There's been
says
nothing, and it's been 5 years.
A bottled water delivered to your house, a little filter, maybe something goes on the shower head and something that goes on your faucet. 2 filters. And the one that goes for your drinking water and the one that goes in your shower head. Maybe just start there. Just something like that.
Well, the only other problem is that nowadays we have so many things, like your refrigerator has an ice maker, and so your water has to go through that, and then you're using your washer. There's just people have Keurigs that are like piped into their houses now. Like we're using a lot of water, so if you don't hit it right at the water heater, the water heater or whatever, it's that's the part that's frustrating. If you have to go through and buy everybody a filter, and then you have to go through and you have to pay to get the pipes redone, and then you got to pay through to get another system. All of that could have been done if it was done right the first time.
Well, and if they would have taken action right when they knew that this happened,
Right.
that's 3 years of resin that wouldn't be in our water supply.
Cakes.
It's just
problem.
and they're like, oh, this stuff is sneaky. It sticks in the pipes. Well, that's because you let it go through the pipes for 3 years before you decided.
And the thing is, like, the other portion that makes me so angry is you're standing there, you see it in this video where she tells me it's okay. It's fine to drink. But then she says it's rust. Well, I'm not wanting to drink rust either.